Hello everybody, it's me, WalterTheGermanyBall, and I'm back with another Top 10! Over a year ago, me and Prince Bapalapashamalamadingdong discontinued a Top 10 Game Boy and Game Boy Color games list. And we're doing it! We're finally making it! We finished the script, and here it is. So this is a countdown of the top 10 games that were released on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So we're going to start off with number 10, which is Super Mario Land. This game, while very clunky and obviously inferior to its epic sequel, is still fun in some ways. It's the only launch title that was considered a system seller other than Tetris. And it isn't a weak port of the Mario games on NES like some other handheld quote-unquote exclusives at the time. This game provides the player with an original experience with brand new enemies, characters, mechanics, and vehicles for Mario to use, and a brand new Mario Land called Sarasa Land that, to put into perspective, is more neglected than Termina from the Zelda games, and it would be really nice to see it come back in another Mario game soon. Then we have number 9, which is Kirby's Dream Land. This was the great creation of the beloved series starring everyone's favorite pink thing, made by the famous creator of the Smash series, Masahiro Sakurai. This game, while it may seem dated and small, was created with only about 5 megabytes of total cartridge memory available, making this one of the most impressive feats in Nintendo history, as not only did they preserve to make a great game, but a great franchise as well. And then we have number 8, which is Mulmania. Mulmania is the second best puzzle game on these systems. However, it is very close to the first, as it gives off a cartoonish vibe with its cute characters and design while still challenging your brain. Not to ulcer and cerebral hemorrhage-inducing levels, but still it gives the player puzzles that require them to think. It's very generous and easy in every other aspect, however, giving it an imperfect balance. It uses the whole "you are a mole" idea as a mechanic, not a gimmick. You can dig, throw, and waltz your way through this game as long as you're mentally prepared for a wicked ride. And then we have number 7, which is Avenging Spirit. Avenging Spirit may seem like a mediocre beat-em-up at first glance. However, it introduces the ability to possess anyone at any time, giving it uniqueness and more of a challenge based on your skills to get to the next person once you die before you lose your energy, rather than a ridiculous endurance-based challenge in most beat-em-ups. The level design complements this mechanic very well, and there is a plethora of options for tackling each level and boss. At number 6, we have Cat Trap. Cat Trap is a great puzzle game because it has great music and a large variety of content and levels. However, the one big reason that it is better than Mulmania, and all the way at number 6, is the fact that instead of being like most old games and only being enjoyable through save states or rewind, it has a built-in rewind feature that must have been a nightmare to program, but it achieves this cute cartoony puzzler true greatness. At number 5, we have Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening is one of the classics that made people buy Game Boys. It's often cited as the biggest selling point for the original Game Boy, and though it may not be perfect, it certainly has lots going for it. The potential of this game was successfully extracted and amped up in the masterful 2019 remake, but playing the original still provides a lot of fun. The charm of this game is some of the best in the whole Zelda franchise, and the gameplay is also very fun. Puzzles and combat are both incredibly fun and creative, but these can be frustrating at points. Overall, though, playing through Link's Awakening is very enjoyable, and the great story pushes it beyond just good and into the territory of top 5 Zelda material. At number 4, we have Warriorland III. Warriorland 3, while it may seem like it's just another Warriorland 2 on the surface, still feeds unique enough from it. It has a fresh new story while still maintaining the clever design, with puzzles that involve the use of Wario's different abilities and new forms, the creative bosses that work even with Wario still being immortal, and the wacky charm of the Wario Land games in general. It makes me want the Wario Land series to come back. Number 3 is Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons. The Oracle's games truly stick out as some of the most tiny, yet creative and addictive games ever. I say tiny, but really it's not that. It's a tiny cartridge on a tiny console, but the game is packed full of fun dungeons. The story is very entertaining, the gameplay is incredibly well paced, and the puzzles are some of the best in the series. The items are all used very creatively, and each dungeon makes you think really hard in order to achieve victory. The bosses also make you use your items creatively, and while a few mechanics are kind of annoying, the overall innovation of this entry is fantastic. I think this game is proof that sometimes the most seemingly simple games are the most complicated and fun. And at number 2, we have Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins. This game doesn't feel like a Game Boy game at all, and it feels like a black and white or puke green NES game. It may be another game in the Mario series. However, we never said that was a rule, so get dunked on. This game is absolutely incredible and includes a variety of levels. There are horror levels, levels with the tree sap mechanic, levels inside of a giant Mario, levels in a big house, levels in space. Not only does this allow for fun platforming experiences today, but it was also revolutionary and insane for the time. This game was also the last mainline 2D Mario platformer before New Super Mario Bros. Was released in 2006. Surely a great way to end off. This is a game that anyone would enjoy if they decided to play a Game Boy game. It's a vast improvement from the first. It completely captures the Mario spirit as well as implementing new things on top of it. On the topic of implementing new things, it really does overdo itself with variety. There are a lot of different power-ups, tons of worlds that are completely different from each other, and bosses that are completely unique. It's like this game completely forgot that all the Mario games other than it existed, but it still plays and feels like a proper Mario game. Now, before we get to number 1, let's talk about our honorable mentions. Our honorable mentions are Donkey Kong 94, Pokemon Red and Blue, Metroid 2, Tetris, Wario Land, Kirby Tilt and Tumble, and Pocket Bomberman. Now, at number 1, we have none other than Pokemon Gold and Silver. Pokemon Gold and Silver are some of the best Pokemon games ever. Personally, and this is Walter speaking, their remakes are my favorites. The new Pokemon designs, unique region, and level of replayability push these games to the top of our list. While others we've spoken about may provide more immediate fun, Gold and Silver are truly in their own class. The games are great at surprising the player with new story bits, new types of Pokemon, and new Pokemon creatures in general. The music is phenomenal, the world expansive, and not to mention the ability to play through Kanto after the main story is absolutely genius. Pokemon Gold and Silver do everything right as sequels to the first Pokemon games. They introduce new characters, a new story that involves everything from the first game, new mechanics, new types, and of course, new Pokemon. They just feel like much better expansions to the already good first Pokemon games, and the way the two regions are connected feels completely natural. Gold and Silver really flesh out the Pokemon universe from the previous game while totally being new experiences that can be picked up by new players and old players alike. Thank you guys for watching this top 10. Comment down below. What are your top 10 favorite Game Boy and Game Boy Color games? I'm very interested to know. With that being said, be safe everyone. I'm WalterTheGermanyBall. Thanks to Prince Bapalapashamalamadingdong for helping massively with this video, and goodbye.